So what we're going to talk about today is how to spot a narcissist. So I've definitely had my fair share of narcissists I've had to deal with in life, which is just going to be the case, man. I don't think there's really any way of not dealing with a narcissist because there's so many of them. You will be dealing with one at some point. They do not have the ability to listen to anyone else on any subject area. Even when you are clearly the expert on something compared to them. For example, let's say you played soccer your whole life and they've never played soccer and they're trying to argue with you about something to do with soccer. You know? It's like, bro, I'll give you an example, man. So not too long ago, I was talking to a buddy, right? And yeah, this guy's probably definitely a narcissist. And this is just going to be the case, guys. I mean, when I talk to people about narcissism, some people have this idea that they just avoid them at all costs. I'm like, if that's your intention, you have no idea what you're dealing with, man. Like, you are going to deal with these people, man. If you don't want to deal with a narcissist, don't leave the house. Like, trust me, man. Like, trust me, dude. Just trust me on that one. Like, you always just, doesn't mean you can't work with them, but you just have to be cognizant of the fact that this person's probably a narcissist. I probably won't do much business with them, or if I do business with them, I'll probably have to have the lawyers like comb through every part of the contract, whatever. Like, just protect yourself. And some of these people can be very dangerous. Like, I would say the most dangerous person is probably a stupid narcissist. I'd rather deal with a smart narcissist because they can at least play the long game. And but stupid, yeah, like stupid narcissists that lack the intelligence to really play the social game, they're easily found out. And like, even if you're not aware of this stuff, you'll probably just cut them off because they'll be annoying. So another buddy of mine, right? I'll tell a story. Like, I'm trying to avoid actually talking about the subject of female nature and all that sort of stuff because it's definitely nuked on these platforms. I've definitely seen that with my other channels. You upload certain videos and they get 0 views and 0 reach, and that channel gets, it's a pain in the ass, man. However, it's kind of unavoidable because it's what, it kind of relates to everything that men really deal with, right? So it always comes back to it, right? So this guy in particular, this narcissist that I knew a few years ago, he was still plugged in, right? So he didn't understand the nature of the beast. Let's say that. Now, yeah, like, it doesn't end well if you're still plugged in, man, it's not going to end well for you. Like, trust me, bro, she ain't a unicorn, okay? Good luck. You've been warned. You probably need to shut the hell up and listen to what the hell I have to say because it could save your life on that subject area. Anyway, so we're talking about narcissists today. And this guy I was dealing with was definitely a narcissist. Always talking at people, not with people. And this is super arrogant. And basically I had to cut him off because... So I'm pretty steeped in understanding the nature of the beast, right? If you know what I mean by that. Like, female psychology. Now, this guy was still plugged in. Now, so I thought, this guy's plugged in. I should try to save him. I should try to educate this fool because it's not going to end well for him, you know? So looking back, right, it did not end well for him at all. So yeah, this guy, he is definitely, clearly a narcissist. So I'm trying to, so I remember, like, he was very plugged in still, right? And he's still dreaming of his unicorn, which is very surprising, even though he was a narcissist. But he was still very plugged in. And I was trying to educate him, and he just couldn't, like looking back, like, for example, like, he'd bring this low value trash to like some sort of a gathering, And I'd be like, oh, dude, you got to be careful. You got to be careful of that. I just see a straight up liability there. You got to protect yourself. Just protect yourself, man. He took offense to it, man. He took offense to it because he's plugged in. It's like, bro, you should just be listening to me, dude. I know what I'm talking about, right? And these guys always prove you right. So understand, guys, if you know this stuff, say, look, man, I'll be the one standing there to say, I told you so, man. Because I know what, like, this stuff checks out. I know what I'm talking about. You don't. Like, be as idealistic as you want, but you're talking to a guy that knows XYZ, man. You don't know fucking shit. Anyway, man, this guy was just fucking strange, man. Which is another video I'm going to make on this guy, which is like, you got to be careful who you let into your life, because this guy was definitely a snake, man. He was like trying to, like he was trying to get involved with my missus at the time, right? The woman I was dealing with. He was trying to like, oh man, that's a whole video I'm going to talk about another time, man. But this fucking guy, man. Anyway, so he was definitely a plugged in simp.